Sarah Jo here, and in this tutorial I'm going to teach you how to sew a lettuce hem on a home sewing machine. To begin, I need to adjust the settings on my sewing machine, so I'm going to start with changing the stitch to a zigzag stitch. Next, I'm going to change the stitch width to 3, and finally the stitch length. I am going to make that as small as it will go. I'm going to start with the wrong side of my fabric up because the hem will slightly roll as it's sewn. Line up the edge of the needle so it will go off the fabric just slightly, and take a couple of stitches to begin to make sure it's lined up properly. Okay. Once you have a couple of stitches, you're going to want to pull on the threads to get it going. There we go. And while I'm pulling on the back, I'm also pulling on the front of the fabric. And try not to force it through the machine by pulling it. You want to keep equal tension on the front and back and let the feed dogs do the work. But honestly, stretch it as far as it will go. That will create a much prettier lettuce hem. And you can see it rolling over as I stretch it. And you might have to adjust and then start pulling on the fabric itself from the back. And that is how you sew a ruffle hem. Another tip for this, if you didn't get as much coverage over the hem as you'd like, you can go over it a second time, and that will help make it a little bit fuller coverage there. And that's how you sew a lettuce hem on a home sewing machine. Happy sewing!